2023 looks set to be a thrilling year for women's boxing, especially if 2022 was anything to go by. It was a watershed year for the sport. When American boxing powerhouse Claressa Shields fought Great Britain's Savannah Marshall in October last year, it was held at the O2 Arena in London. This was the first time two female boxers had headlined a major venue in the UK, and it was a first all-female boxing card in the country. The 27-year-old American won the bout by unanimous decision, taking some revenge on Marshall, who remains the only woman to ever beat Shields at any level. It was a 13th consecutive professional win for Shields, adding the WBO female middleweight title to the 5 others she was defending. The two-time Olympic champion is ranked as the best pound-for-pound female boxer in the world, and she's not done yet.
I've never been scared to try anything. I've never been scared or intimidated, nothing like that. I always just listen, and when you listen, you kind of block everything else out. You block out the people who you think can beat you up. You block out people who saying that you can't box. You just block everything out, so it was easy. It was easy.
For 2023, rumours are afoot that Claressa's next fight could be against Britain's recent IBF light middleweight title holder Natasha Jonas. In 2012, Jonas became the first British female boxer to compete at the Olympics and looked destined for stardom. A decade on, following a year without a win, she gambled by going up 3 weight classes, and it paid off. At the age of 38, the Liverpudlian had arguably the most successful year of her career in 2022. Having started the year with no world titles, she finished it with 3. It was a remarkable turnaround for Jonas. Her career almost looked over. A personification of perseverance, she always possessed the tenacity to fight, to put herself and her sport front and centre.
I think for people who were either borderline and didn't know whether they appreciated women's boxing or not, for them to actually see it at its highest level, I think it's changed a lot of opinions, and it just proved we are just as skillful, you know, and we can actually box. There's always going to be people that are stuck in the ways and just don't want to see women box, but at least now they can appreciate that, yeah, you know, they deserve their right to be there. They train just as hard as the men, they work just as hard as the men, and they can box just as well as the men, so they deserve their place.
When Natasha isn't training, she'll make sure to be watching the FIFA Women's World Cup that takes place in Australia and New Zealand in July and August this year. Her younger sister, Nikita Paris, is one of England's Lionesses, who helped her team secure the European title on home soil at Wembley last year. The pair share a close bond.
We're both sports people, so I can confide in her and whether things are going wrong in my sport. Even though we're 2 different sports, you can relate the same emotions that will come out the sport, and she'll help me through that.
Football was the first love of one of the world's finest boxers, male or female. Ireland's Katie Taylor was a key part of the Irish national football team when we met her in 2008.
Boxing's definitely, you know, my number 1 sport at the moment. Football was my first love. I started football before I even stepped foot inside a ring, but the boxing's kind of taken over now over the last kind of 5 or 6 years, and I've kind of concentrated more on my boxing and the tournaments coming up.
Katie went on to dominate the amateur ranks, winning 5 gold medals at the World Championships, 6 at the Europeans and gold at the London 2012 Olympic Games. Since turning professional in 2016, Taylor has a 22-0 win-loss record. The unbeaten streak has included wins against Natasha Jonas and Amanda Serrano, and in October she retained her WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO and ring lightweight titles. A national treasure in her native Ireland, Katie has always worn her heart on her sleeve.
I can box and I can fight. Now I don't always rely on one thing. I can mix it up and box or fight. I can do kind of everything in the ring.
With some boxing outlets ranking Claressa Shields as the best pound-for-pound female boxer in the world, BoxRec places Katie Taylor on top. Surely a fight between the two would be the biggest draw in the history of women's boxing. Here's hoping it happens in 2023.